Hello everyone, we're back with Fate Grand Order. Oh, hold on, I think OBS is. Ignore that. It has been a while, like 2 or 3 months. I've gotten a few new servants since then. This is my second time trying to record. I clicked on Lambda Realist and it crashed, so I'm not going to click on her. Yeah, I got a little lucky. I really just wanted her. I got her, and she, Artoria Ruler's MP2, which is cool. Plus, I really wanted Maeve, and I got her. And I also really wanted Ushi, and I wanted her. Like, the 3 I wanted most were 4 stars, but like, I am completely happy with Ruler Artoria. Now I have to level them all. I think I had Napoleon last. When did I last record? I don't know. Look, I think I talked about Jinako last time, so it's been a while. I mean, I don't know who that servant is. That mystery servant. It could be anyone. Yeah, I've had a couple chances to record, but I've been like, if I'm not gonna be able to like binge it, I don't really want to play it. But no, it's been too long. I gotta play more Grand Order. I've been uploading very slow, but my backlog will run out eventually. So, Meeting Hope in a Lonely World, Section 2. I think this last one has 20 chapters. Correct me if I'm wrong. Come on, Fo, you can do it. Well, yeah, anyway, so the summer event ended. I wasn't really a fan of it. Like, I think Summer 2 and Summer 3 were both great. Summer 4, like, yeah. Summer 1, the first half was good. Don't talk about the second half with the pigs. I don't really like it. Okay, at first I was like, oh, is my mic not on? But no, it's on. It's on. Oh, ooh, almost had a heart attack. Well, I've only been recording 2 minutes, but... You okay, Fo? Just how much text is there? But I don't really like it when stories are split into like sections so cleanly like that. Like, oh, first casino, second casino, and so on. Oh, come on. Plus, it felt too much like Shimosa for its own good. Oh, we can see the tree in the background. I think that's the tree anyway. I have to ask, are you sure this will work? You had a fairly rough go of it in China, didn't you? What are we doing? Summoning a servant? You entered us so out of sorts you. Early on there, thanks to having to confront my mortality, that I wasn't able to make the same sort of cool-headed decisions I usually do. He was in the summer event, I really like that. He was the straight man, basically. All of us would go, oh, summer swimsuits! He's like, what? What are you guys talking about? We gotta save the world. Actually, I don't quite remember what happened very well. Still, I don't recall hearing something about being unable to summon servants there. Right, that's because, like, their history, they didn't have, like... Yeah, you guys remember. You don't have to tell us. We're fully aware. But I think we'll be okay. China was a unique situation, even for a lost belt. Still, for what it's worth, I don't think Horsey will have any trouble summoning capable servants here. Same. All we have to do now is give it a shot. Is everything ready, Machu? Yes. Everything is in place for the summoning spell. The connection to the Spirit Origin briefcase is stable. Running final checks. Done. Heroic Spirit Summoning System Fate. She said the word. All systems green. Go ahead whenever you're ready, Master. Okay, come on. 5-star, come on, give me, like, Maeve! Yeah, Maeve! Come on, last time, we had Indians and Celtic warriors in America. We can have Celtic warriors in India now. My will creates your body. Your sword creates my destiny. If you heed the Grail's call and abide by this will and reason, then answer me. Hold on, I'm gonna move my, thingy up. My pop belt tube. I hereby swear. Is this Gudo talking? I embody all that is good in the world. I shall defeat all that is evil in the world. I mean, it's not dialogue, so is this some thinking? Seventh heaven, clad in the 3 words of power, come forth from the circle abiding, guardian of the scales. And elephant statue. Yeah! Dude, I love Yama. I figured he'd show up, but I didn't know if we'd summon him. I'm Yama, a saber and the great king of Kosala. Oh, yeah, okay, makes sense. I'm a lancer. My true name is Karna. It's good to be here. Wait, just those two? It works, Senpai. We couldn't have hoped for a better result. Even know them already. Do they remember us? Oh, good, good. I knew I had it in me. Why, these servants I summoned are perfect for tackling India. You summoned? They'll line up like this. I dare say we've already as good as one. Well, technically, it was Horsey that summoned them. This is such good news, it almost makes me want to run around whooping for joy. I mean, dude, Karna is like, that you won the lottery. I won't, of course. But at least Foe can hop around gleefully my steed. Go ahead, Foe. Happy Foe noises. I see. Now I understand. So we're fighting for Chaldea on behalf... Okay, he doesn't remember. On behalf of proper human history. Indeed. It says as though your path thus far has been quite arduous, Master Horsey. It has been a while since I've seen Rama in the story. I really liked him in America. That's the first chapter of Fate Grand Order. I was like, whoa, this is good. But now that you have summoned me, the King of Kosala, and Avatar of Vishnu, your worries are over. No matter what happens, no matter what manner of hardships may lie ahead, my sword, a bane of all evil, will rend any obstacles you encounter asunder. And so on this slight chance I'm not enough by myself, you even managed to summon Karna, the hero of benefaction. So I thought about reading like their epics, or at least part of them before reading this, but then they're really long and like they're like written in verse, and like the translation is it was just a mess, and I was like, okay, yeah, never mind. This goes far beyond just good luck. Just how many good deeds have you done during this kind of karma, Master? Well, I genocided 3 worlds. Give me far more credit than I deserve. Still, I can promise you this, Master. Now that I've been summoned here, I'll do everything in my power to see your will done. I await your orders. That said, as a Kshatriya, I don't know what that means, I could ask no greater honor than to fight us alongside the King of Kosala. Truthfully, even I cannot deny that I feel fortune smiling upon us. How very respectful of you, son of Surya, god of sun. I will feel most reassured knowing you have my back. Really happy about the Samashu. She's a nerd who read the billion words of verse of course, in the original, is it Hindi or Hindu script? Yes, although I'm also just relieved. Since they already know very well just how heroic and dependable they are. So grateful they are the ones who chose to answer your call. And I'll say, even without the home advantage going for them, say these are some of the best possible servants you could have hoped to summon. Yama, Karna, Arjuna, and Parvati are my top choices from the Spirit Origin graph going in. Let us know roll of the dice as to whether any of them would respond to the summon. And if that weren't good enough, Yama and Karna are both enormously well known and influential here. Given all that, along with the fact that they know India like the backs of their hand, I'm sure they'll be even more helpful than usual. That said, I'm sure some things might be off for them here, given that it's a lost spell and all, but I'm sure they'll still handle it way better than us Europeans. Speaking of which, what do you think of this lost spell so far? How's it different from the India you're familiar with? Yeah, I wonder, do they get like the being in their home country bonus since it's a lost spell? Like, you remember back in Apocrypha, Vlad was super OP because he was in Romania. How's it different? How's it not different? I recognize nothing of the topography. No, it's more than that. I'm not quite sure how to describe it, but it feels like the hair here is... Yes, it's very dry. Makes me feel... lonely. Yes, that's it. Makes me feel lonely. I have no idea what that might mean, though. Lonely, huh? Oh? And of course, I always make a point to try and sense my wife whenever I materialize. It seems she's nowhere to be found here. Dang it. She's over at Arcade. One more reason I feel lonely, I think. Ah, my beloved Sita. When will I get to see you again? I don't sense anything familiar here either. Well, I suppose there is... Wyverns! Something wrong? No, it's nothing. For a moment I felt a bit of the kind of tension I feel prior to battle. I was trying to figure out what it might be, but I couldn't come up with anything. Must have been imagining things. Perhaps my mind was playing tricks on me. Yeah, okay, probably, yeah. It's just your mind playing tricks on you. Nothing there. So I can't be clearer than that, Master. Very well, then what do you make of that mysterious cube off in the distance? To be honest, I have no idea. I've traveled to all manners of countries in my search for Sita, but I've never seen nor heard anything like that. Nor have I. There's something about its shape that seems vaguely familiar. Oh yeah, because he was in CCC. I'm sure that is not the kind of answer you're looking for. Not really, no. I'd say it looks like a giant die or an enormous 3D puzzle. That wouldn't do us any good. We want to know what it's made of, not what it looks like. Few proper human history servants don't know. It's obviously something unique to this Lost Belt. Sorry, I had to cut it there. In which case, the only way we'll find answers is by investigating it. You start with our immediate surroundings, as I originally planned. Remember, the fate of the world hinges on us, so make sure you do your dang jobs. Pardon my French. Hey, Master? No, he's your superior, but does he have to be so condescending? Does he know I'm a king? Sorry about that. Well, no matter. Given I am a servant now, I can certainly overlook a transgression or two. Oh yeah, Najah's here. He is definitely condescending, but also totally harmless. I recommend not dwelling on it. God, I hate talking like that. Oh. Alright, why don't we get our investigation underway? We'll begin with the immediate vicinity, so let's just head in the direction we tell you and we should be all set. I ran into a wild animal or two along the way, and I'm sure you guys will be able to handle them just fine. Combat? What? Okay. What is this, Mashu? Yeah. First I thought it was loading like a video. I was like, what? We got a cinematic? Yeah, might as well. Is Najah single target? Like, I don't know. This is fine, who cares? They finally added craft essences to story servants though, which is nice. They get attack and NP up at the start, I think? Don't quote me on that. And yeah, the summer event, it was okay. What came before that? Have I talked about the El Malloy, how you say it, event yet? Because that... I was looking forward to that one, but I didn't really like it. Not really into the source material that much either. I still haven't finished the anime, but I read the first novel. For what that's worth. Dang it, we're 5. Wait, no, Mosh, dang it! Moshu, why can't you be good? Okay, we can do it next turn. Yeah. So anyway, lately I've been playing Final Fantasy XI because there's like a free login campaign. I finished one of the expansions, Wings of the Goddess. I've been slowly working through that over like the past year. So now I'm like 2/3 done with the story. I'm not sure if I'm really interested in like the actual gameplay or not. Because nowadays, like, you gotta... Before Final Fantasy XI was okay, you can maybe get to level 10 by yourself. Anything past that, you have to be in a group for everything, basically. But now it's like, yeah, get to 99 by yourself, do a little grinding, and then you can join with other players, maybe. Oh yeah, they gave him an animation update. Forgot about that. I have a Karna, but I never use him, pretty much. Well, I use him when I have Artoria Lancer. Yeah, there's the tree in the background. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty background. You know... Yeah, oh, I meant to give Mashu an extra attack just for the fun of it, but never mind. Yeah, but the story, it was good. I preferred the second expansion more, though, Chains of Promathia. It's the second best expansion after that one, though. Like, the thing with all Final Fantasy XI expansions, it feels like they start so slow. Like, the pacing in the beginning of Wings of the Goddess was awful. Then the middle, they start to pick up, and then the ending, you just crash into it. It's over. Right when it like starts to get good. Oh. Is this just another looking around fight? Like, is there even going to be dialogue? Okay, there will. Okay. We did end up running into some wild animals. Some wyverns, but y'all handled them, no problem. That was the best part of the summer event. The wyverns joke. That said... Oh, Gura Gura 4 happened. Right. Remember that. Y'all look pretty puzzled. Indeed. Now that I've had a quick warm-up, I can say for sure that there's something strange about this land. I agree. Completely. But I can't figure out what it might be. Yes, compared to the one we know from proper human history, was it? Feels as though there's something unusual covering the entire world. Isn't it like the loneliness you mentioned before? Maybe, maybe not. It's nothing I can really put my finger on, nor can I put it into words. All I know for sure is that, whatever it is, it's preventing us from performing at our best. It doesn't mean we can't fight, but we definitely can't use 100% of our power. Aw, dang it, they nerfed Karna. You think it'll get better? Honestly, I don't know. Things might improve once we get used to it, but at this point, I just can't say. Nonetheless, I wouldn't pay it too much heed. Even if we can't use all of our power, we still have more than enough to carry out your commands. So don't worry about us, Master. All you need to worry about is telling us what to do. Wyverns! Now then. Looks like we have more hungry beasts to deal with. Let's take care of them quickly so we can continue investigating our surroundings. Okay. The second fight. I think this chapter is supposed to be like an hour long, right? I remember looking at it before, but it's been like at least a month. But yeah, Gouda for you. It was Gouda. Like, it was good enough. It didn't really... But about the same level as Gouda 3 to me. Like, it had some good parts, it had some bad parts. It was a decent event. Are there any other events? Like, the worst part about it was how, like, Nagao, who I love her design, by the way. I never really paid attention to her in, like, when she came out in the Japanese version, but now I love her. I never realized that she's always smiling. But yeah, they just kind of, you know, threw her in, and, you know, actually the story was about Nobunaga the whole time. I kind of ventured Nobunaga, by the way. Like, do I have to use her? I don't really want to. Apparently she's really bad. I mean, I'll take her. Nobu's cool as a character. You go, Mashu. But yeah, so there's a couple days left in the free login campaign of Final Fantasy. I'll probably like level my Scholar up. I have a 99 Red Mage, but I found out Scholar is really cool, so I'm like, oh dude, gotta play that. I probably won't subscribe to it. Just think, like, it's $13, you know? Like, that's how much a Final Fantasy 14 subscription costs. Like, if they lowered it or made it like you could subscribe to both games for, like, you know, $15 or $20, I'd do it, but you know, it's just, that's a lot of money for a 20-year-old game. Because 13 a month, you know, times 12 for a whole year, that's like over 100, like almost $150 a year, right? That's a lot. Especially because, like, right now I'm playing it, like, you know, multiple hours a day, but once, you know, that hype wears out, I'd probably play it, like, maybe a couple hours a week, you know? But I just don't like subscription model games. Although, obviously, when it comes to MMOs, like, Final Fantasy's model is way better than, like, Elder Scrolls Online model, which is basically just give us all your money for everything. Like, hey, you want to play our DLC? Yeah, you gotta pay $15 for it or buy the subscription. Oh, you want to change your hairstyle? Oh, you gotta pay for that. Oh, you want to do anything? You gotta pay for that. Oh, you want this one cosmetic? Oh, give us $15. It's like that. Oh, you want this other cosmetic? Give us $20. Oh, you want this house? Give us $100. Oh, but look at this loot box. It has loot boxes. I'm just waiting for them to add a battle pass to it at this point. Yeah, I played it for its story a couple months ago. About 1 month into the subscription. I played through like 80% of its story pretty much, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's enough for now. I'll probably come back to it at some point. The gameplay is decent. Oh, we have quick down. I didn't even notice that. I guess that's the feeling they felt. Fall, you okay, dude? Yeah, Higurashi Sotsu is airing. I still haven't watched it. I still have 2 episodes left to go. I just wasn't really like... I had a lot of... Well, the first 2 arcs of Higurashi Go were fun. Then Arc 3 happened and it was just so slow. Especially since I just read Arc 7 of Higurashi, which is pretty much 1-for-1 for. And then, like, the first couple episodes of the second quarter were cool. And then, like, I was like, okay, yeah. It drags a little. I've heard there have been some Umi Neko references. But, I mean, I saw that coming from, you know, the end of where I am in Go. So, well, I don't want to talk too much about it. So, what do you make of the area so far? We've been able to get a handle on it to some degree on our end, but I'd still like to hear your thoughts on it now that you've experienced it for yourselves. I can see a lot of the placid bodies of water around here. They're all covered in lotus flowers, and it's very pretty. And there's also plenty of dry land, so we haven't had any problems walking around. Basically, it's surprisingly normal. Of course, water is essential for living things to survive. Thank you, Da Vinci. You have taught us a great lesson. Looks like her name's Da Vinci now. Looks like there are large rivers here too, so it would seem that it's just as environmentally stable as China was. Oh, the signal. Is that... Just as I suspected. Yeah, shut up, Holmes. A world with a pleasant climate is bound to have people, which also means it's bound to have towns. Just picked up what appears to be one such town in the direction you're headed. I'll send you the coordinates now. Be sure to approach it with the utmost caution. I hope they put a more of a focus on, just, like back in, Lost Belt 1, you know, Potsy and just the world had characters. Lost Belt 2, we had Gerda, who existed. Lost Belt 3, we had the nameless kid. Oh, please note I said existed. That should no longer exist. I didn't even realize I did that. Let's go over to singularities. I mean, yeah, this works fine. Hold on, let's swap out you. Oh yeah, I got my waiver to Bond 11, by the way. That's my first Bond 11 server, even on the Japanese servers. Because I waited a long time to Bond Grail a waiver. Okay, let's bring you out. Oh, but I also want... Oh yeah, you guys already know, I got Salieri. Let's put Vlad in here. Dang it. Just give you like, where's the green one? Hold on, I know it exists. Hold on. Not this green one. Like, see, this one, but green. Or this one, but... Screw it, you get Luvia. I wonder if they're ever gonna make a Prisma Illy event, like, sequel. Like, for a 3-ray. Now that we have more Masa, I'm okay with it. Although it's still really like a, just Fate Stay Night Shiro. Close your eyes, clasp your hands, offer your prayer to the God above. Those 3 things are an important part of our daily lives. We all have to do them. My father complains about everything, but he still prays every day, even if he always grumbles while he does it. If I forget to pray at the right time, he gets really angry. Well, he's always angry, but he gets even more angry. I think if I had a mother, she'd get angry too. I've only heard about mothers in stories, so I don't know that for sure. That's what I'd guess. Prayers are very important, so I can't blame them for getting angry. That's true for routine prayers. Prayers just for the sake of praying. Praying is an essential part of our lives. We pray, and we pray, and we hope that our God hears us. We live our lives the best we can. We try hard to be good people. So please, O great God above, please guide us to the next Yuga. I don't know what Yuga means. Is that... Oh, those are eyes. Yeah, I think I've seen her in the second Lost Belt opening. So I'm assuming she's gonna die tragically, just like Potsy and Gerda. What's all the commotion outside? I'm gonna go take a look. Never seen you before. Where do you think you're going? Nice shirt, though. It's okay, I already finished my prayers. Come on, Bihan. Oh, that's a dog. The dog dies too. Oh, come on, let us take the dog with us. Come on. Once we confirmed the town was safe to approach, we decided to take a closer look. There's only so much we can learn at a distance. Thank you for narrating for us, Yama. That said, this isn't what I was expecting. It feels vaguely unsafe here. And look at those tusks. They're too big. I have to agree. There are a number of broken buildings, and the fountain is jutting out at an odd angle. Oh yeah, I guess... Okay. I didn't look at the fountain. The beautiful town square feels properly maintained, but as it is now, it feels kind of run down. No, you can't hide it, can you? Where's the hide button? Huh. What about townspeople? Are there any there? Yes, they are, though it feels like they're giving us a wide berth. Berth? Hello, eyeless lady. Hello, eyeless man. I don't know if the male sprite was new, but I think the female one was new. I don't see any furry-haired beasts like we did in Russia. Doesn't look like the ages are skewed like in Scandinavia. At a glance, they look perfectly ordinary people. Huh. They do seem to be wary of us, but I don't sense any overt hostility. Imagine they react similarly to any unfamiliar visitors. It seems they're sizing us up just as we're sizing them up. In that case, it would be best if we don't give them unnecessary cause for suspicion. We'll refrain from calling you for the time being, so please use that time to focus on gathering as much information as you can. Oh yeah, the fountain was kind of... Understood. Alright, here goes. Oh, look, it's slanted. I'm not saying doggo. She's looking at us very intently. She doesn't seem to be afraid of us either. I think I'll try talking to her. Hi there! Could we talk to you for a bit? Would you like to buy an encyclopedia set? Yikes, you scared and surprised me. Hello. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Oh, hold on, I got a text message. Hold on. Look, I got an Android. Texting is confusing. Okay. Hey, switch from iPhone to Android. Well, don't worry, I'm always spacing out, so I get surprised a lot. If you just want to talk, that's fine with me. Like my iPhone completely just died. You know, it was very old, so. So can I ask who you guys are? Ever seen anyone else dressed like you before? We're travelers. That's right. This is Horsey, and I'm HorseyEatYou. May I ask your name? I'm Asha. This is Vihan. He's astonishingly cute, isn't he? Or, well, he's voice acted. Why doesn't Paul get voice acting? So you're named after the Hindi words for hope and dawn. That's love. Thank you, Rama. I really wouldn't have known that. And hope is going to die, of course. Oh yes, I almost forgot. I'm Rama. This is Karna Najah. You may have heard our names in stories of great warriors, but pay that no heed. Question mark? Is it my imagination, or do the other people here seem afraid of something now? So if you're travelers, does that mean you don't have a home? No, we don't. At least not in this town. You know, that's terrible. Shockingly terrible. Why is that terrible? The ribbon looks out of place. Because of the Kali, of course. You can't pray without a house, and if you can't pray the Kali, you're gonna eat you up. Kali? Asha, is that? He scares me because he has eyes. Afad? What are you doing here, Asha? You see what's happening? The Kali are here. Everyone inside. Okay, I'm locking the door. You're ready to pray. I know Kali is the name of a god, but goddess? Well, I don't know if they're related or not. Get inside, hurry. The Kali are here? But these travelers don't have a home. Rather, can we let them stay in ours? Of course not. Can't afford to look out after a bunch of people we don't even know. Wait, please. You're Asha's father, right? Can you at least tell us what's going on? My name's Ajay. Use it. How do we use it without knowing it? But I've got my hands full taking care of just one Ulo. Sorry, but you lot are on your own. On your own with what? Were you born yesterday or something? The Kali, of course. All we can do is lock ourselves up in our homes and pray to our God not to discard us. So that we don't become faithless, worthless people doomed to end up as nothing more than Kali food. Go on, travelers. You gotta hurry and find a place to hide and pray. I'm sure you already know this, but the Kali... Be quiet, Asha. You can't afford to pray for them as well as us. Okay. Master, all the other people are gone. Looks like we're the only ones left still outside. They must have all gone back to their homes. Now what should we do? No one Asha told us to hide, but... Get back, Master. Oh, that's a Kali. It's like a crocodile. Be careful. That is not the only one. That's why we brought Edmund. They're attacking everything in sight. Is that why the town is in such poor shape? Kali. That is the devil's name. Huh. That must be one unique to Indian mythology, rather than one defined by the Holy Church. Gordolf's never played Smite, he doesn't know. Don't know how you Westerners categorize them. We've always called them devils. I do get the sense that these aren't the same devils we know. Whatever they are, they're clearly bent on causing destruction. No king can sit idly by and watch such destruction. These creatures will make worthy foes for my indestructible blade. My body still feels odd, but the effects are negligible. We should have no serious issues. Agreed. I'm about to let that stop me from helping. Give us your orders, Master. We'll handle these things. Got it. Let's fight. Hey. Hey, War Next is holding steady yet better than expected readings. I'm good to go too. Cool headset. Armored shoulder, moving out. Do you think she's playing like a Beat Saber? No, that's Tomoe. I think, right, the summer event Tomoe next year plays Beat Saber. That's like the VR sword game. I think. I've seen one video of it. I think it's called Beat Saber. Oh yeah, but on the Japanese version, they gave her away a free 5-star. I got Sidonai. So in 2 years, I'm guaranteed to have her. Or maybe sooner if NA gives it to us sooner. Yeah, but LB6, Lost Boat 6 finished. I still haven't finished it myself, but I'm like on mission 22, I believe. I think there's 30 missions total. So I'm mostly done with it. We got a couple cool servants from it. I won't speak too much of that. There's one spoiler one. Good luck avoiding that for 2 years. I don't know the details of the spoiler. I know, like, basically I wanted to know 2 things from Lost Boat 6, and I didn't really even confirm one of them. I wanted to know if a certain character was in it and what he did. You guys probably know who I'm talking about. They were in Lost Boat 5 as well. Only 2? Oh, come on! Quick down! Oh, no, it's all of them. Okay, it just looks like quick down. Show them the way, Edmund. So now that I'm playing Grand Order again, I have to start watching Ruby again. Dang it. I'll get around to it. I'm still halfway through the season. The Ruby turned to something that I was like, okay, yeah. I hate it, but also I kind of like it. I mostly just hate it. I'll still watch it reluctantly. Are there any other events that happen? I'm trying to think. Oh, the movie event. Did I? You know, I never actually finished reading. Well, I read the Japanese translation 2 years ago, but I read like half of it on the English version. And then I just kind of skipped through the rest because it was about to run up. So I should probably finish reading it because I remember when I read the translation, I didn't really like it that much because I was expecting another murder mystery event, and you know, it's not that. Like Kogetsu-kan, I loved it, but you know, the murder at the Meihoso? Is that the name of it? Like, it was fun, I guess. Any other events? Like, I'm trying to think, like, we've had some rare runs, but I think it's just been Guda Guda of Summer, that one, right? I think so. Anyway, I'm just ready for Oniland to come, because I didn't do Lost Boat 2 by that time last year. It's the first time I've ever missed an event. Sorry. Gotta make sure to get a Shooting Caster and see Sidonai on the big screen. Pichu. It's like my favorite Pokemon. Sorry. No. Get it, Pichu. Should I bring... Edmund's fine. Watch it be like a 500k HP Lancer. I'll cry. Stupid crocodiles. There are more than I expected. This could be troublesome. Question mark? Stay back. Get away from me. Please, dear God, save me. It's my fault. I was one step too late. These people have no weapons with which to defend themselves. If their homes are destroyed, there's nothing they can do to avoid being eaten. This is horrific. I've been focusing on the Kali going after the more fragile houses. There will be no end to them. It's becoming a problem. I could wipe them all out at once with my noble phantasm, but also end up destroying the very people and homes we are trying to protect. Well, that's not an option then. Agreed. It's truly a race against time. Every second counts when eliminating these monsters. Yare Daze. When I decided to stay out of sight, so as to not interfere with your information gathering, never expected you would end up suddenly fighting such an intense battle. It would seem I'll need to run all the instruments at full power as to not miss any data. So much for my break. Oh, wait. There's something else headed your way. Many somethings, I should say. All distinctly different from the creatures you're currently fighting. Question mark? Oh. Super Saiyan! What are these white beasts? Are they hostile too? No, look, they're attacking the Kali! So they're on our side? Not necessarily. Not sure if they eat people, or if they hunt Kali and simply mistook us for them. But they're coming after us too. And I guess there's no point in wondering how these new creatures might affect the situation. We'll just have to follow Karna's lead and put everything we have into fighting back. Can't let harm come to anyone else. Just give us your orders, Master. Okay. Yeah, I thought I have something to say. What was it? Bring it, Mashu, you made me forget. Wasn't Grand Order. Wasn't Final Fantasy 11. Wasn't that. I don't remember. Like 1 minute ago, 60 seconds. I was like, okay, remember to talk about that in battle time. Because yeah, okay, I'm just stupid. I guess I'll talk about that then. I've talked about this in Disco Elysium, but I could just talk about it for forever. So like early this year, like January, maybe February, I started reading this web novel. So I kind of skipped the loading screen though, so that's nice. Yeah, I was gonna talk about something else. So back in like February, I think, I started reading this web novel. I almost dropped it in the beginning because I got tricked into reading a lit RPG. You know how they have like leveling systems. I read on part of like, this was years ago. I read part of saw my spider so what, and I hated it. So I was like, okay, I'm never gonna read a lit RPG again. Which I mean, this one it has very light elements of it, but I ended up sticking with it. I loved it. It's The Wandering Inn. Like, I mean, it has those elements, but they're not like they're not the focus of it. Which is what I hated about what is it? Kumo Desu Nanoga? Something like that? So my spider so what? They got an anime recently. I hate it. But I absolutely love The Wandering Inn. I caught up with it in like 2 months, I think. Maybe 3? Well, no, probably just over 1 month actually. Month and a half. And it's wonderful. It's everything I wanted out of just an isekai in general. Now, like, anytime I see an isekai manga, I'm like, yeah, so what? Probably sucks. Because, like, the number of good isekais I've read, like, Lager Gaisen, I guess, but even then that has its problems. Just reading, like, a Western take on it is very refreshing. Because even the best of, like, Japanese isekai, they have certain, like, anime tropes. Which The Wandering Inn does have some of them, but, like, different tropes, basically. And they treat different things different ways, just... Plus, you don't have to worry about, translation sucking, or translation being weird, or, etc. Like, up until then, my favorite isekai was probably Ascendance of a Bookworm. But an issue I had with it, especially starting since, especially with the third arc, I don't know what to call them. It's just characters are so one note in it. Like, oh hey, I'm the guy who's good at blacksmithing, specific things specifically. Oh hey, I'm the guy who's good at singing. Oh hey, I'm the guy who's good at violin, etc., etc. And their whole personality is based around that one thing. Plus, like, the plot for it was like, I really like the first arc of it. Then the second one started, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not really that into it. But I'll leave I'm not really that into it. I know they finished the third one and they're on the fourth one now, but I haven't caught up with it. I'm like 3-4 volumes behind, I think. I'll probably catch up eventually, but just now that I've read a much better, like, it's very, The Wandering Inn, it feels in some ways very similar to Bookworm. Like, it's not like a necessarily. The thing about The Wandering Inn, so many like different POVs, so there's tons of different genres within it. But I just like the slice of life. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, but it's very long. I think it's 8 million words now. But it updates twice a week, so I'm just out there like, yeah, give me more. It's fun. You see, I could talk more about it, but I knew that we're going into more stories soon, so I don't want to talk more about it. Probably should have talked more about it. Oh, okay. There we go. Thank you. How many arrows in are we? 4 now? Huff, huff. All nearby hostiles have been eliminated. I want to finish up because it's getting hot in my room. Like, I turned the air conditioner off because it's loud. We did it. Finally managed to get rid of all those demonic-looking Kali monsters and the white beast that showed up later. As I suspected, seeing those white beasts and the Kali are mortal enemies, given how viciously they attacked one another. Indeed, nor did the white beasts attempt to destroy any part of the town. Still, thanks to them they were able to fend off the Kali. Though we didn't have to eliminate them as well, even though they also tried to attack us. Oh, I didn't actually look at what they looked like in battle. I just kind of pressed admin button. Hey everyone, I actually had to go. So it's been a couple days? Well, yeah, a few days since I recorded. I kind of forget where we were. We killed the monsters. The Kali Yuga, I think? You lot did this, huh? Now you've done it. I hope I'm in the right spot. I forget where I left off, so I looked at the video, but I just remember Ajay saying ... Oh, hi, Ash. I'm glad to see you're okay. Has he introduced himself to us? I hope so. Or we're telepathic and know his name. Can you tell us what these things are? At first I figured these guys were from the other side of the mountain, since they don't pray. But I guess they really are just a bunch of Ulu who don't know anything about the Kali. Either way, I don't want any part of this trouble. That's fair. What's there to tell? Sorry, let me scoot up. If you don't know what's good for you, you'll get out of here as soon as... Mister, are you guys okay? You alright? That's astonishing. Get away from me, Gerda, too. I'm so glad you're alright. Glad you're alright too, Asha. What a relief to see you're not hurt. Let me move my mouse. Okay, I put it in my lap, so clicking's less loud. Yeah, I'm okay. But Vihan's, well, who's Vihan? The dog! No! His leg! I see. He's dragging his leg. Poor thing. He got it caught under a cabinet that fell down and our house started shaking. I'm sorry, Vihan. Oh, yeah, Fo can relate. Like, what would he kick Merlin with if he didn't have his back leg? God. Is there any value in a dog that can't run? What happened? The Kali are dead? And the sacred beast? Well, come on, dude, he's cute. Look, oh, hello. Oh, hey, that's what she said. Who are you? I'm Prakash, the town mayor. Are you travelers? Do you know anything about this disaster? We do. These beasts attacked us, so we killed them. You what? If you'd like a full account, then call for your finest scribe. It would be such a waste for me to recount my exploits without someone present to record them. Yeah, they're not gonna like this. What have you done? How could you have killed the very agents of our god that keep us safe? I mean, it was self-defense, dude. Agreed. There was no other way. What's more, they were not the only ones we killed. That's right. We also fought the creatures you called Kali. Please understand. We were only trying to protect your town. Don't be ridiculous. There's nothing to understand. What you have done is unforgivable. It was against every law of this world. Well, you know, don't worry about those laws. They're going to. Besides, this god's sacred beast would never attack people without a good reason. This is terrible. For incur the god's wrath, things our town allowed or worse encouraged your vile deeds, or all be done for. Oh, go away. Leave our town at once. You're no longer welcome in Bichu. Were we ever welcome? I mean, we've been here like 30 minutes. Yeah, get out of here. You dang heretics will get us all killed. Oh no, could those be those people I've been hearing rumors about lately? Oh, there's more people like us. Does it mean we're going to suffer divine punishment? Well, this is unexpected. They look like they might start throwing stones at any moment. What would you have us do, Master? Retreat! It's a tactical retreat. I agree. It'd be difficult to gain any more information under these circumstances. Besides, I think we should try to avoid trouble with the locals as much as we possibly can. Let's go look for somewhere outside of town to set up camp. Poor travelers. And we're used to it. Oh, okay. So that's where, I had to cut it. I consort you. Give me 2 seconds, actually. Since, we're at a stopping point. Let me go and do something. Okay, sorry about that. We're back. 0 AP. So that's something. And then 1 more after that. Well, this is a fine how do you do. No sooner do you find a town than you get kicked out for fighting. Barely even have any intel to show for it. All you did was waste our precious time. First Russia, then Scandinavia and China, now India. Why can't we ever catch a dang break, pardon my French? Yare, Daze. When you're examining a crime scene with a magnifying glass, Gordolf. Oh yeah, I started reading a Jojo Leon? Do you focus on the stain on your pants before even considering the evidence? Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You're saying I have a stain on my finely ironed slacks? Oh no, I beg your pardon. Your uniform is quite spotless. Of course it is. Any sailor worth their salt should keep their uniform white as snow, and mine cleaned by the laundry type before we left. Laundry type? Oh, I never recall seeing a weird-looking captain running around base before. So he has a laundry variant of himself. Holmes? You mean that if we hope to find anything that might lead us to what we're seeking, we should be prepared to suffer a few setbacks at first? Precisely. You're too focused on your expense ledger. You'll miss the evidence that's right in front of you, my dear Watson. Understood. Be sure to keep that in mind. She writes that down on her notepad. Dang it, that was my chance to be Watson. Curse my gentlemanly propensity to be so acutely aware of my appearance. I knew that, of course. I was just, playing devil's advocate. A nervous, high-strung devil's advocate. It was, just a cunning ploy to elicit that reaction from Holmes. Yes, that's it. Oh, I love Gordolf. Anyway, we need to find a good place nearby where we can pitch camp, right? In that case, why don't you try asking the little bunny hiding in the tall grass behind you for a recommendation? Good idea. In that case, please don't hide in there, Asha. Can you come out where we can see you? Ah, I was like, who's Asha? I forgot her name. Why are her eyes so big? Like, I mean, obviously anime, but like they're as big as her mouth. Almost. Well, like, I mean, her, what are those called? Irises? I don't know eyes. Thanks! You surprised me. Since you're already surprising her, I might as well introduce myself. I'm sure she can handle it. Genius Leonardo da Vinci, yada yada. Okay, you got me this time. Hi there, Asha. My name's Da Vinci. I'm a friend of Horsey's. I'm not actually there right now. I'm just using something called a transmission to send my voice over the air. There's also a detective here who might pop in every now and then, but don't mind him. He's harmless. What about the mustache guy? Also, we have a commander who's obviously really bad with kids. Obviously? But I'm having him sit this out, whether he likes it or not. That's just one surprise after another. You travelers really can do amazing things, can't you? Yeah, don't worry about it. The other townspeople were eager to see us leave. Why did you come after us? That's just like Karna to get straight to the point. I was curious about that too, but still. Well, wanted to give you these, to thank you for saving us. Bananas! Thanks! Oh, these are fine bananas indeed. Doesn't Rama have something to do with bananas? Like his Valentine's Day thing, right? No, I'd feast on the bananas that Hanuman would pick for me all the time. They're jewels of the heavens, so delectable a single bite can make your cheeks melt away in pleasure. But I can tell that these bananas are surely every bit their equal. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for this gift, Asha. Hanuman? You know Hanuman, the monkey god, one of my closest allies? What's that? You've never even heard of him? Poor Hanuman. Yes, even picking up and carrying a whole mountain wasn't enough to make you famous. You're in no position to be laughing at Lakshmana. Hold on, I sincerely doubt the answer could be no, but let me ask you something just to make sure. Have you ever heard the name Rama before? Innocently cocking head. What? So, the implication here is that there's only one major, like, Hindu god present? I mean, I know who it is. We all know who it is, come on, but... My name is Karna. I'm the warrior who once fought alongside the Kauravas, the descendants of King Kuru. Have you heard my name before? Shaking head. So I don't know why they... Rama predates... What's the epic poem thing that Karna's from? I forget. I see. Well, that is no surprise. Still have a long way to go before I reach the heights of mastery I strive for. Don't be ridiculous, Karna. That's giving yourself far too little credit. It's no exaggeration to say that in the India from proper human history, there's not a single person alive who has not heard your names. That's how great your heroic deeds were. I'm gonna... Hey. Oh, I have to let go. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was working in OBS. I forget what volume. I'll edit it in post. That's what I've been doing. So the people here have no familiarity with the myths of the past, or the figures from well-known hit stories. I was about to... Well, yeah, I'll drag it up a little. That means that neither the Mahabharata nor the Ramayana exist in this lost belt. Alternatively, they may have existed in the past, but have since been forgotten. I think it's that one. I'm sad to think that the people of this day have never heard of my grand exploits. No, wait. We can't even be sure my exploits happened here? If they didn't, does that mean that neither I nor Sita existed in this India? Either way, Pasha hasn't heard of you. There's no point in pursuing this line of questioning any further. I think it's best if we stick to questions she'll actually be able to help us with, starting with our campsite. Asha, we're looking for a place where we can rest for the night. Can you think of any good spots? Well, there's a cave near here we used to play hide and seek. Anything that would give us shelter from the wind and rain sounds great. The rain? Would you show us the way there? Sure, follow me. End the scene? No. And on the way, we can ask about the really important things. The you-know-what over there. Right, Asha, can I ask you something? Do you know anything about that giant tree way off in the distance? Oh, you're curious about it too, huh? So am I. Just sprang up out of nowhere a while ago. I was so surprised. Is that all you know about it? Well, yeah. I mean, it's really far away, you know? Most of the people in town say it probably has something to do with our god. Like God Skyboulder. What? It's actually just what I wanted to ask you about next. Is God Skyboulder what you call that enormous cube floating over those mountains? Oh, okay. Uh-huh. That's what it's called, yeah. It's not anything else. Now that we know its name, the next question is obvious. What exactly is it? Well, that's a funny question. God Skyboulder is God Skyboulder. Yeah, makes sense to me. It's been around forever, just like the sun and the ground. Everyone knows that. I don't know what else to say. God Skyboulder is God Skyboulder, just like the sun is the sun. I'm positive my father would say the same thing. Then why is it called God Skyboulder? And then I can imagine how humans could have made such a thing. I think it's because our god made it. Maybe he just lives there. Sorry, I really don't know. Nobody ever goes near it. Oh, why is that? Speaking for myself, I find it an enormously compelling object of interest. Most mysterious indeed, so without a doubt worth investigating. You know it's got something to do with our god, so people are supposed to stay away. Besides, they also say there are lots of Kali around there trying to kill our god. It's not just me, my father, my aunt. Nobody in Bichu ever goes there. Oh yeah, we have to ask you about the Kali too. From what we saw, I'm guessing their attacks happen pretty regularly, but... Oh, you mean the Kali never come to your town, travelers? That's so surprising! You must be from somewhere really far away, especially if you can't even see God Skyboulder from there. Like yeah, of course the Kali show up a lot whenever a Yuga is about to end. Since tomorrow's Kali Yuga, but there'll be a way more tomorrow than there were today. Oh. Huh? What are you talking about? You mean you don't know? That everybody knew lots of Kali show up on Kali Yuga, since it's the last Yuga and all. That's why everyone always locks their doors even tighter and prays even harder than they did for Dvapara Yuga today. Question: what will happen when tomorrow is over? You mean you travelers don't even know that? That's really surprising. Pretty sure everyone knows that. Even Bihan. The dog? But it's something as natural as the sun giving us daylight, you know? I don't like this music. Let's just say we're from somewhere really off the beaten path. Place pretty much at the ends of the earth where everything from society to history is fundamentally different. So please tell us, Asha. What happens when Kali Yuga is over? It's gonna be something big and then scene end. Well, our god passes judgment and everyone dies, of course. Yep. Okay, yep. That's a good one. Then if our god decides you're worthy, he brings you back to life. The first happy Yuga starts all over again. So remember from the Japanese version, there's a calendar kind of thing. Like at the end of every chapter you see move. I'm assuming that's what that is. Let me take a drink of water while we wait for folder on. Oh, come on. Sorry. One more section, right? The cave, secluded cave. Oh, no. No battle. Huh. Munch. But not banana fold. Oh, they're eating bananas, right? These bananas are really good. Does India have bananas? They gave him a Sprite. Let me just make sure I have these Yuga straight, Asha. I don't know if that's new or not. I don't think I've actually done his interlude. In this world, the first Yuga lasts for 4 days, the second lasts for 3, the third lasts for 2. The final one, Kali Yuga, comes on the final day. Do I have that right? So, 4, 7, 9, 10 days. Uh-huh. Oh, but they do say each Yuga used to be way longer a long time ago. Once upon a time, I heard there used to be things called years and months during each Yuga. They don't know what they are. Maybe that's why my father always says it's a lot harder to keep track of things like anniversaries now. They're gonna kill her during this Yuga, aren't they? Like, not bring her back. Wonder if he remembers that my 4,000th day of being alive is coming up. Wait. Oh, okay, so she's like 11? There's a loud car outside. Is that the garbage truck? Maybe. Then when Kali Yuga's over, you said a god will then pass judgment. Killing everyone and bringing them back to life, right? Yeah, okay, that's the garbage. I hear it. An actual god. This is certainly not impossible. Can you hear it? Maybe. OBS it's hard to tell with OBS. An actual god. Yes, it's certainly not impossible, especially given what we saw in Scandinavia. But still. So this judgment is just a normal part of life here? Uh-huh. As long as you pray, everything stays the same. Just like how the sun rises when it's morning. It would seem our shared perceptions of normality are fundamentally misaligned. This could be quite difficult. After all, it only makes sense that someone who perceives such abnormalities to be entirely mundane would find them unremarkable. We'll just have to take each difference one at a time. Let's start with something simple. In this case, I think it's gotta be defining exactly what a Yuga is. Yugas might be a pretty well-known concept, but it's still important to make sure we're all on the same page yet. I know, like, nothing about Hinduism, please. Let's talk about it might help us figure out what the differences are between our concept and Asha's concept. First off, does everyone here know what Yugas are in our world? Yeah, fill me in, Da Vinci. The Hindu concept to say the world is always cycling between 4 distinct periods. What, like the seasons, or? In order, these periods are called Krita, or Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. I said those wrong, by the way. When the Kali Yuga draws near, law, order, and morality cease to exist, and the world starts to fill up with evil instead. And when the Kali Yuga ends, the gods are said to destroy the world, remake it, and let a new Krita Yuga begin all over again. So is that like the Ragnarok of Hinduism? Thank you, Captain. Not at all. Just overheard something with which I was familiar, so thought I'd chime in. That's all I had to say. Captain. Now I see. If your true name is what I think it is, then you would have some ties to India. Right, I haven't read that book, but I was thinking that. So you guys do know what the Yugas are. Well, that's a surprise. Oh, I get it. You're just teasing me, weren't you? You're so silly. Haha. This truly is difficult. There's some concepts we share and some we don't. Both kinds are mixed together in the same world. At least it seems we're mostly on the same page when it comes to our enemy. I also knew that devils called Kali appeared during the Kali Yuga to plunge the world into chaos. Sure, but according to Asha here, today is only supposed to be the third one. Diva Yuga. Yeah, Diva shows up. Now the Kali are always around. There's just more to them depending on the Yuga. You almost never see one during the Krita Yuga. There's so many during Kali Yuga, it's shocking. If a Kali kills you, you won't be able to receive the god's blessing anymore. That's why everyone prays so hard. It's not getting killed they're worried about. What comes after? Does she mean that in a religious sense? Whatever the reasons for it, sounds like there will be even more Kali attacking that town tomorrow. But what do you have us do, Master? We could stand by and do nothing, yes. Dang it. I agree. Chaldea values human life above all else, even if that notion flies in the face of how this lost spot works. Exactly. Sometimes there are things you just have to do, regardless of whether people hate you or even cast stones at you for it. In my case, those things come so naturally to me that it's hardly even a choice. My body just ends up moving on its own. Lewd? I think that's what happened back when I lent my aid to Sugriva long ago. That man I failed to save earlier. His dying scream was not one of a man who had made peace with his fate. This system seems evil to me. I may no longer be able to save that man's life, but I can at least make sure that tragedy never happens again. Then, we are decided. We fight. This lost bout may not be familiar to us, yet for some reason, this land of India grows familiar to me. Perhaps some of me originates here, as well as China. I can't say why. I don't know enough about Najah to comment on that. But I will not, I'll not hesitate to protect these innocent people. Talking like Najah takes 10 years. Now we know what is happening. Tomorrow I will work even harder than ever. Do not worry, Master. And Mashu. Najah. We've only just begun our investigation of this last spot's tree of emptiness, to say nothing of this god's sky border object. Given that those townspeople could shed some light on these things, I certainly hate to lose any of them. It would be dangerous to help them, but I won't stop you from doing so. The townspeople also called those red creatures sacred beasts, so they were God's agents. But there weren't nearly enough of them to handle all the Kali. It's before they went and tried to attack us too. Can't count on them. We're going to be fighting even more Kali tomorrow. I'd like to find another fighter or two to shore up our ranks while we have the chance. Given what happened earlier, I don't think we can expect the townspeople to help us out. Summon a servant! Fidgeting. Yeah, we can't just ignore her. What is it, Asha? Is something the matter? No, nothing's wrong. See, back in town, I actually peeked out the window and saw you guys fighting. I was still praying to our god the whole time, so I think it should be totally fine. Yo, God, have you seen this awesome fight that's going on? The servants are so cool. You were amazing. I've seen people go hunting before. You guys didn't even move anything like them. It's like you weren't even human. Ah ha 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 ha. Then I saw you talking to other people far away after I followed you. Get surprised all over again. So, I was just wondering. Are you guys maybe gods, but not the god? Well, I mean, Rama is divine, isn't he? Is Karna? Gods who aren't the god. That's an interesting way to put it. Well, you know, there's only one god, and you're obviously not him, right? That's all I meant. Hope I didn't say anything weird. Only one god? But India's pantheon is known for being one of the largest in all of mythology. Is it? Like, I can only think of a couple, like Shiva, Kali, who's the... Is Vishnu one? Maybe? Guess I did say something weird, I'm sorry. Lately there's been rumors going around of people who seem like gods but aren't the god, so I just thought... As a matter of fact, Rama here is practically a god. Indeed, I don't usually go around telling people this, but I actually am the avatar of Vishnu. Oh, hey, I'm a genius. But occasionally I can hear him speaking through me, which is always an incredible surprise. Even I cannot help but be respectful when I speak to him directly, even if his voice may only be coming from inside of me. I knew it! Never heard of any god by that name before, but that's still amazing. I'm shocked. Masha thought we were the beings she heard rumors about. That would of course mean people are talking about other beings like us. Sure does. Whoever it is, they're very likely to be a servant. I knew there had to be at least one in this last spot. They say one of them came to beat you not too long ago. I think they're staying at the mountain near here. Are they a friend of yours? Oh, of course there's also Ganesha. Uh-huh. I have no reason to say that. I can't think of who else that would be. Like, given who was on the first banner, obviously Ganesha is going to show up early. Uh-huh. During the last Yuga, I didn't get to meet them myself. But they only took a little look around town before they went to the mountain. Are you sure they were not just a passing traveler? Guess they could have been, but I heard they dressed really funny. They even said they were a god. Could be a divine spirit. And if they were alone, they could also be a rogue servant. I'm sure they would be a powerful addition to our forces if we could convince them to help us. Indeed, there's still a lot we don't know about this world's Yugas. We can focus on them once we have dealt with this immediate threat. Now that we've eaten our fill of those delicious bananas, say we try and look for this being next. Sorry, I wish I could show you the way, but I need to get home before I get in trouble. That's okay. You can just tell us where to look. I'm sure we can find this place ourselves. I'm actually more worried about you, Asha. I know your town isn't too far from here, but I still don't like the idea of making you walk home by yourself. I'll be fine. The Kelly only just showed up, and I can always count on Vihan too. Oh, hey. Didn't bring him with me, because he got injured. But it's okay. He'll be home in no time as long as I run all the way there. Master? Yeah, okay. You. Stealth mission, Karna. Very well. You're my word that no harm will come to her. Okay then. See you later, Mr. God. Just Mr.'s fine. See you later. Bye. You know, I was so surprised when she came all the way after us just to say thanks. Especially given how the adults there reacted to us. She was so sweet. We learned a lot of useful things from her. She was a spy. Definitely. That said, Mashu, I'm sure you're already aware of this, but... Yes, I know. Once we destroy this lost boat, yeah. She and Ajay are going to disappear. Just, what? Who cares about Ajay? What about Vihan? Just like the people we met in the other ones. From a purely pragmatic perspective, maintaining good relations with the locals will facilitate our information gathering efforts. I suppose the only advice we can give is to not think about it too much. Holmes is right, let's just be ourselves and not worry about it for now. Yeah, you know, don't worry about the genocide, we'll take care of that when it's time. Okay, Master. Still going? It is as you instructed, Master. I shall walk straight back to town, so now it's safe and sound in their home. Thanks, Karna. I kept an eye out for a colleague on the way back there and back, but I didn't see a single one. However, I can't say for certain whether that is because they had just attacked, as Asha said, or is merely a coincidence. Unfortunately, there is still a great deal we do not know about these beings. Sorry. It won't be long before we face them again. That gives us all the more reason to bolster our forces. So let's be off to this mountain where the god lives. Wonder what sort of god they are. It'd certainly be nice if it turns out to be one we know, just to save time. Of course, I'm hoping that it will be Sita. Yeah, she's an arcade bro. She's the avatar of Lakshmi, so she could easily have ended up treated as a god in her own right. Hope you'll be reunited with her as well. There's no guarantee this servant will even be an Indian god. They're just as likely to turn out to be a god from the west, or some other region altogether. The odds of our encountering a familiar face are really quite slim. Just try not to get your hopes up too high. Okay, there we go. Jeez, that was a long chapter. It's been like 30 minutes, and that's just for like the last like 3 sections. 2? Well, 2.5. How long is this? 4. Okay. I'll see you guys next time. Well, nah, I think I'm gonna call it there for today. I have a lot of quartz, by the way. I think there's an event going on now, so I'm gonna go do that. Anyways, see ya.